Well, we're going to get started just to respect everybody's time, and we just want to thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us. Today's topic is entitled, Stress is Not Your Friend. And so our agenda items for today, we're just going to talk a little bit about what exactly One Temple Fitness is, just in case we have any newbies on the line who kind of want to know a little bit more about our brand. Then we're going to talk more specifically about what we mean when we say stress is not your friend. Then we're going to talk specifically about how stress impacts your workouts. And then, of course, every time we like to make the connection between how food impacts our mood. And then we're going to give our recipe highlight of the month, and then we're going to close out. We do have a tip sheet available that highlights some of the main points for tonight. And it's a great little tool for you, especially since we're going to have our recipe, ingredients, and directions on there. So don't forget to download today's worksheet at the following link on this page. So what is One Temple Fitness? Don't you know that you yourself are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy that person, for God's temple is sacred, and you together are that temple. That comes from 1 Corinthians 3, verses 16 through 17, and that's pretty much the foundation which we work from. We have three components. We want to stimulate the mind, strengthen the body, and stretch the spirit. And we do that by providing monthly temple talks such as this. And then we have our monthly group workouts.
So before we get started today's meditation that I want you to think about is, how has stress impacted your life? Because as we all know, stress is not your friend. And stress is not your friend because it strips away the true radiance of emotions slowly and steadily. And it strips it away because it affects our brain and our nerves by enhancing headaches and also inducing headaches, providing feelings of despair, lack of energy, sadness, nervousness, anger, irritability, trouble concentrating, memory problems, difficulty sleeping, overall mental health disorders such as anxiety, panic attacks, depression, etc. So when we are stressed, we feel less positive emotions and emotions that will fill us up, as well as it affects our hearts. Our hearts usually beat faster, our blood pressures rise. We do have an increased risk of high cholesterol and heart attack. Sometimes we have stomach aches and feels nauseous and heartburn and weight gain. And we're going to talk a little bit more about these aspects. Increase or decrease in appetite, because some people stress eat and then some people are so stressed that they don't eat, and both ways are not healthy for you. Increased risk of diabetes, diarrhea, constipation, and other digestive problems, as well as for men and women, it reduces sexual desire, and then sometimes you could have skin problems and risk for low bone density. So what I would like for you to reflect on and jot down: how have you noticed the ways stress has impacted your reactions, your positive emotions, and your overall well-being? I'll say that again. How have you noticed the ways stress has impacted your reactions to people, situations, your positive emotions, and your overall well-being? So today we're going to continue to focus on stress and actually how it impacts your workouts. A workout can be a great way to unwind after a stressful day, but psychological stress can derail your exercise efforts in surprising ways. Physical and mental fatigue affect the same region of your brain, the anterior cingulate cortex. So if you are mentally fatigued, you'll likely be physically fatigued as well. And some studies show that mental stress significantly affects physical performance, as well as decreasing the odds of your fitness follow through, meaning you just won't feel like doing it. So yes, exercising does de-stress you, but at the same time, stress impacts your workout. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to modify your workouts. So stress impairs your working memory. Impairment of working memory makes the smallest task more difficult. It also impairs your motor coordination. A single exposure of acute stress affects muscle tension, which can impede physical performance, increase your risk for injury, and slow down tissue repair during your recovery. It also compromises visual acuity. When you are stressed, the blood vessels feeding your eyes constrict and contributes to eye strain and headaches. It also slows exercise recovery and raises risk for injury. And it raises risk for injury because of deficits in attention and increased muscle tension. Also, high rates of cortisol and other stress chemicals affects your body's rate of repair. It impedes weight loss. So when cortisol is elevated in your body, it stores more fat. Kaiser actually conducted a study that was designed for obese adults to lose 10 pounds. The participants who had the highest stress levels actually gained weight rather than lose weight. Of note, when including poor sleep, and poor sleep was operationalized as less than 6 hours per night to higher stress, that actually cut the participants' weight loss in half. It also kills motivation and depletes emotional resources. So a Yale study revealed that participants were 21% less likely to work out during times of stress and 32% less likely to stick to their fitness schedule. And so chronic stress combined with ordinary daily stress shrinks your gray matter in your brain. And just so you know, your gray matter affects emotions, self-control, and heart rate. And all of this is just things to think about. And starting with this last fact, that when you're stressed, and we're not talking about running late to work or just the minute daily stresses of life, chronic stress in terms of your job. If you know that you're in an unhealthy environment, but you're too afraid to look for another job, or even your home life, if you are living in a world of chaos and you're constantly stressed, those are things of chronic stress, or even unhealthy relationships, whether it be friendships, significant others. So that is chronic stress. When you're going from one stressful situation to the next stressful situation, it impacts your body. And so when you are very stressed, and we talk about the gray matter in your brain being affected, that's why it's harder to feel the positive emotions. That's why most people have a lack of self-control. They're more impulsive in their decision making, or they might be more quick-tempered. Even if they don't make a decision, they might react before they think. And then also the heart rate increase. And one thing to note, that a lot of people who are under chronic stress, they do not go to the doctor. So they don't know if their blood pressure is elevated. They may not always understand why they are having blurred vision or headaches frequently. So if your stress levels are high, the solution is not to skip your workout. Just because stress impacts your workout, do not skip your workout, but make adjustments to your routine and add in more stress management measures. And so some stress management measures are deep breathing, meditation, walk for 5 or 10 minutes before your workout to center yourself, and be intentional about speaking positively over your life. So for example, we're going to do a small deep breathing meditative exercise. So I want you to get in a posture where you can feel calm and you just are centered and your eyes may be open or closed. And I want you to start breathing very deeply in through your nose and then slowly out through your mouth. Breathe deeply in through your nose and then slowly out through your mouth. And I want you to continue to breathe deeply in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. And as you're breathing deep, I want you to think about a place where you feel most relaxed. Think about this place, whether it's in the trees, in the forest, or if it's laying on the beach, or even in your bed in the dark. Where do you feel most relaxed? And I want you to continue to breathe in and continue to breathe out slowly, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I just want you to go to your place of serenity, your place of solitude. And while you're in that place, everything that has been bothering you, I want you to imagine that it's in your hand. And as you're imagining that it's in your hand, you're going to ball and make a fist. And you're going to ball and make a fist almost like it's Play-Doh, because you have control over the stress. And then I want you to throw it as far away from you as you can. And imagine your stress just flying like very far away. And as you continue to breathe in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth, I want you to just be in your place of peace, stress-free. And as we continue to breathe in and slowly out, I want you to come back to. So that was just a small meditative exercise, but one that you can do with deep breathing and imagining a place of serenity and a place of peace. And this place does not have anything that stresses you. So for our food and mood segment, this is actually going to be a shorter segment. And I want to just note that we're going to expand on this next month. This will be our topic in terms of cheers to the season, how alcohol is all around us between November to January with all the holidays. It's embedded in a lot of people's meals and cultures. And so we'll talk more about that next month. But because Thanksgiving is coming up, and a lot of people are having Friendsgivings and a lot of holiday parties, it's something to think about that alcohol affects your gains. So it affects your gains because it slows down or shuts down your metabolism. And I say slow down or shut down because everybody's body is different in how you metabolize just regular sugars and carbs on a day-to-day basis. And as this picture shows you, that the body can't store alcohol, so it metabolizes it right away. And just so you know, the body can't store alcohol because technically it's like a poison. And since the alcohol becomes priority in the metabolic process, your body won't metabolize other fats and sugars as efficiently, ultimately slowing your metabolism down over time. And so it's not saying that you can't drink. And as we know, everything in moderation. If you want the sugar, if you want the pizza, everything in moderation. And so they say, some studies say for guys, 2 to 3 drinks a day is okay. Of course, not every day. And then for women, 1 to 2 drinks is okay. But I just want to put this on your radar. Also, it affects your mood. Technically, alcohol is a depressant and it pseudo distresses you. Now, you may be wondering, what does pseudo distress mean? Well, it means it falsely distresses you. It falsely distresses you because initially, if you come home from a stressful day, you might have a drink or two and you may feel relaxed. However, due to the interaction of alcohol and the chemicals in the alcohol, as well as certain neurotransmitters in your brain, it actually makes you feel more depressed once the alcohol wears off. Or if it's not an extreme depression, it may make you feel more sad. So that is something to keep in mind, that if you're trying to de-stress, breathe deep, go to your place of peace in your mind. And then if you feel like you want to have a glass of wine or a beer, then have one as a responsible adult. But do not use it to de-stress you, because again, it pseudo de-stresses you. So as I come to a close, I just want to remind you that stress impacts your workout. So it's very important that you de-stress before you work out, because workout actually helps regulate your body. And always remember that when it comes to alcohol, studies show that even small amounts of alcohol have large impacts on fat metabolism. So if you're trying to lose that weight, just be mindful of your intake. So this is Dr. Rogers signing off, and I'm going to have Erin take over.
Perfect. So hopefully with all that information, you will want to start to think about some solutions. What are things that you can do to help you de-stress, to help you eliminate the stress from your life? And one thing that is definitely within your realm of control is what you put into your body. And so, a reflection question for you would definitely want to be, when you are stressed, what are the types of foods that you tend to gravitate to? And that might actually deal with the connection that we were just speaking upon, food and mood is, when you're stressed, you might feel like you want a latte from Starbucks, or you want a pint of ice cream, or maybe since you're driving on, home in traffic and you're stressed, In and Out pops into your head. So what I really wanted to present today is something that's not only easy for you to make, but is actually good for you, and it will allow for you to de-stress, because it's going to allow for your body to process food in a very fast and efficient way, versus fast food and foods that are more processed is actually you're putting more work onto your body, because it takes more work for your body to process it. So when I was kind of exploring different recipes that I wanted to present to all of you today, what definitely comes to mind is, having dark leafy greens is so important for you to have on a daily basis, because it's a great source of iron and it's really easy for your body to process. And so with kale is a huge fad that's out there right now, and some people are about kale, they like it, and some don't. But the reason why kale is popular right now is because it's low in calories, high in fiber, and it has zero fat. And so with all those benefits, why not give it a shot? And so with the garlic lemon kale salad, all you need is chopped garlic, a bag of kale, 2 lemons, string beans, chopped almonds, olive oil, and sea salt. And so if you're wanting to know how you will use those ingredients, what we did this time is we included the full directions on how to make this delicious salad on the tip sheet. So please, please, please make sure to go to our website and download it. And so once again, the reflection question I want you to think about is, what do you tend to eat when you're stressed? When you're stressed, do you think about a garlic lemon kale salad, or do you think about a cheeseburger from In and Out? So if you have any questions, always feel free to outreach to us. And I hope that you make the garlic lemon kale salad. And if you do, please do tag One Temple Fitness on Instagram or Facebook. So in closing, we just want to thank you again for participating in our One Temple Fitness Stress is Not Your Friend Temple Talk. And we hope that you have discovered a new way to approach your goals in life. And if you want more information or resources, you can visit our website at www.7fire8.com. Weekly devotional and empowerment blogs. Also a calendar for upcoming meetups and group workouts, and our merchandise, the One Temple Fitness workout towel and t-shirt. One of the things that I want to plug before we close out is we definitely have our group workout tomorrow. It's going to take place at the Culver City Stairs from 9 to 10:30. And so if you would like to join us, go to our Instagram page, which is at onetemplefitness.fire, or visit our Facebook page, and there's more information on that. And we hope to see you again next month for our monthly Temple Talk and our monthly group workout. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon.